My name's Jimmy Davis, and I'm a musician. I play the guitar and I sing and write songs. And I have a band and I do lots of different things involving music. I do a solo act, and I'm in various other musical projects with other musicians, and I do some recordings and stuff. So that's kind of what I do. Madison is a great hidden gem for a musician. It's really a pretty strategic location because it's an hour to Louisville, an hour and a half to Cincinnati, hour and a half to Indianapolis, 4 hours to Nashville, 5 hours to Chicago. You're really right in the middle of all these incredible hubs. So it's been a blessing, being able to live in Madison, because I get to travel to the cities to play music, and I get all the, luxuries of living in a small town. Yeah, there's a lot of sharing with musicians, and I think a lot of it too is geographical. I mean, you have Chicago 5 hours away, and the blues thing in Chicago, and the bluegrass influence from Kentucky, and Indianapolis always had an incredible jazz scene, and there were lots of, artists from all over the map, from Indiana, and Cincinnati had the storied history with King Records and funk music, and it just seems like this part of the country, it's sort of almost a musical gumbo, if you would, that you kind of have to play a little bit of everything, or you hear a little bit of everything coming up at least. It's fascinating. Really, Madison has and I would venture to say, an abnormal amount of musical talent for a town its size. And I don't know any other towns that are, as small as Madison, where you can go hear original music or country music or rock music or jazz or blues. I mean, it's all over the map, and there's a long heritage of really, really talented musicians for such a small town. And it seems like it being a river town, there's sort of like a Madison sound thing, if you would, for lack of a better term. Every musician that I know from Madison, it has a real diverse thing to the music that they play. I mean, there's all these different styles that you can hear, but it seems to me like none of the musical artists or musicians that come from here are just locked into one genre. They can usually go multiple different directions, play different styles, which I think is really cool. It's fascinating. And I don't know why that is, if it's, geographically where we're at, or what makes that happen. I just know it consistently happens, which is great. And it's the most exciting time for music in Madison because of what's coming down the pipe with the Madison music movement thing. And our job is super easy because we don't have to try to reinvent the wheel. All we really have to do is just let people know what's already going on in Madison, which is simple enough for us, because once we get them here, people always fall in love with this town. Every time. I've never met a person, and I've met with lots of people through the years playing music. Every time they fall in love with it. Nobody ever comes to Madison and is like, nah, I hate it, or whatever, So it's a really exciting time to be a resident. So we're getting some momentum. Give us a little time, and we're gonna make it even better.